All right, I have no idea what I want to talk about today. This is one of those times where I have no video idea. I just want to be on camera and I want to do something. So let's just see what the fuck comes out, man. One thing that's really been on my mind lately is like just the healing process that everybody has the ability to partake in, but everybody doesn't do it. Everybody doesn't take that road. Everybody doesn't pick that road. But I truly believe that all of us can benefit from it, whatever way that it is. Whether it's there's plenty of ways to heal. Whether you want to, and when I say healing, I'm talking about trauma, right? Um, you can go to the gym, you can go to therapy, um, you can journal, you can make videos, you can make music. Um, it's a lot of different things, a lot of different ways that you can go about it. You can do all those things, honestly. Um, One thing that I'm finding interesting though is how we have the ability to. One thing that I find interesting is how we can take pain and transform or transmute it into something beautiful, right? So, like a lot of the time, some of the best music stems from some form of pain. You know what I'm saying? I always thought that that was something that was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like how we can use it to fuel us as opposed to allowing it to pull us down or defeat us or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I think that that is like a superpower, within all of us. You take that unfortunate time in your life or that unfortunate experience or whatever it is, that traumatic experience, and you take that shit and you use that shit as fuel and you make something insane, you make something crazy, you make something beautiful, you make something that reaches people. You know what I'm saying? Because another thing with pain is we tend to use it. I feel like we use it incorrectly, right? We use it as a way to keep people away from us, or we it's like we keep it to ourselves. It's like we protect our pain. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, because when we do that, it's like we think that we're the only person dealing with that shit, right? But I've learned that when you open up and when you're vulnerable with people and shit like that, people almost always understand you. You know what I'm saying? People like you understand that other people are dealing with the same things. You know what I'm saying? It's just you would have never known that if you didn't speak up or if you didn't let that person open up to you or anything like that, right? That's something that I've learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? Every time I open up to anybody, they understand it, they get it because they probably dealt with it to some degree. They've dealt with it to some degree, or they understand it to some degree. You know, and we use our pain to a lot of us use our pain to create division and separation. So, oh, they won't get it. Oh, they don't understand. And in some cases, that is true. Some people just don't fully understand or fully comprehend the things that you got going on. Especially if it's an internal, if it's like a spiritual thing or whatever, you can't really explain that shit to somebody that's not on that type of time, if that makes sense. Like somebody's not on the same frequency wavelength, or they don't have the same amount of consciousness as you do. They're not the likelihood of them getting it is lower. But there are people out there that are on the same frequency, they're on the same consciousness, they're on the same wavelength as you. They are out there, trust me. And it's almost like when you let that other person have it, you know, it's relieving to you because you're not carrying this weight by yourself. You know what I'm saying? I know, especially for men, a lot of times we end up feeling like we carrying the weight of the world on our back because we got so many unhealed things from our past, so many emotions that we deal with or that we have that we don't fucking understand. You know what I'm saying? But we got to be vulnerable. We got to be open. You know what I'm saying? And I'm learning more and more now that that is what our women are for. You know what I'm saying? Like that's they are better equipped for that shit than we are. You know, like that's one thing that I'm learning with my girl right now is that is that's what she wants. That's what she wants to help me with. Like that's like how it is for dudes to find a solution. The way we get being useful in that way, women feel get a sense of fulfillment from helping us with our emotions because we don't understand that shit a lot of the times, and they do. They're really, really. keen and in tune, almost psychic when it comes to that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm learning more and more now that that is something that as men we need to be more aware of, because we like to keep quiet and kind of keep up a facade of everything's okay and I got it all figured out and I'm all good. I don't need no help. You know what I'm saying? Like, I won't speak for all dudes, but I know a lot of dudes deal with that, and I know I do. You know what I'm saying? And just getting to a point where you can comfortably be vulnerable and just say what you feel. It doesn't make you look weak. It doesn't make you look like a bitch. It doesn't make you any less of a man. If anything, it makes you a powerful man, a man that is able to be vulnerable and be aware of when he needs help. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of dudes that are a lot of like uptight and it's like they like a fucking fist. It's like you can't get through to them. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't know how to just let go. And it's a hard thing to deal with. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not about to sit here and act like I didn't have my struggles, and I don't still have my struggles with opening up and letting go and being vulnerable with other people. I can do that shit with them myself, but it's when you do that shit with other people, it's like y'all grow stronger together. Like whenever I'm vulnerable with my girl, we get closer. Whenever we have conflict or anything like that, we get closer together. You know what I'm saying? And really, everything that I'm trying to say here is just is to be allow your pain to kind of be like glue. That's the best word that I can come up with. Let it be like glue. That's how you connect with people. Now I'm not saying go out and be trauma dumping and shit like that. Pick and choose who you be that vulnerable with, but I think allowing yourself to be vulnerable with people in general, but I think it's easier to be vulnerable with. It's for me. It's easier to be vulnerable with my bros and my girl. Like, my bros, meaning one of my brothers, like one of my blood brothers, or one of my brothers from other mothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then my lady. You know what I'm saying? But uh, just understand that it's cool. It's okay if you're in a relationship. Your girl probably wants that from you. Especially if you don't do it that much. If you do it all the time, that's different. But every once in a while, like, open up to her, let her know how you feeling, even if you don't understand it. Like, I had a little situation, not a situation. I had a conversation with my lady literally yesterday about some shit that I was just unsure about, and I knew that I needed to talk to her about it because of the way that it was making me feel, and um, mainly because of the way that it was making me feel. I wasn't sure how I was feeling, so we had that conversation. It wasn't even that long of a talk, but I needed that. You know what I'm saying? And she held it perfectly. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew she would. Because I know when it comes to feelings and emotions and shit like that, she's just naturally better than that. They're more equipped to handle that shit than we are. You know what I'm saying? And I think just as men, we just need to be better at being vulnerable. Period. Not something you need to be doing 24/7, but when you realize when there's something going on and you just can't figure it out, and it's an emotional thing and it's an internal thing, just go talk to somebody, bro. That's all I'm saying. Hopefully, all that made sense. I need to stop saying that. I need to stop saying that at the end of my videos. I know it made sense. Let me know what y'all think about what I said, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next video, man. I'll be back when I got something else to say, man. So until then, peace.